let's be real. If we're posting content on a weekly, monthly, daily, however often you've decided your cadence is going to be on social, if it is not making you money, then it is a waste of time, right? I agree. I'm all about value over viral. I'm all about serving. And I'm also holding the duality that we run businesses. Welcome to Building Unapologetically, the podcast where we dive into the raw journey of personal growth, business building, and faith-infused strategies. I'm your host, Jourdan, and I'm here to share my unfiltered highs, lows, and the lessons I've learned along the way. Get ready to be inspired, challenged, and empowered to build your dreams unapologetically. Welcome back to Building Unapologetically. If you are a business owner ready for some content strategy, this is not the episode to skip because there is massive value ahead. I know you love hearing about social media strategies, how to grow your audience, how to sell your offers. That is my jam. For those of you that don't know, I started my business in 2020. And if you didn't listen to that My Story episode, go back and listen to that one just to kind of see where I came from. But within the first 9 months of starting my business and taking social media seriously and helping other business owners do the same, I was able to hit my first 6 figures within that 9 months. So I'm not new to this. I am true to this. And over the past 3 years, I've really leaned into making it a point to include 4 specific posts on my content calendar because they are proven to boost engagement and increase conversions. So we're going to dive into that today. I would encourage you to save this episode, to get your pen and paper out. We are going straight strategy. We are going straight business. We are going straight revenue driving activities because you know that I want to keep this a healthy balance of helping you build your business alongside of me. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Let's talk about these 4 posts that are crucial to creating content that actually converts and adds value for your audience. Because let's be real, if we're posting content on a weekly, monthly, daily, however often you've decided your cadence is going to be on social, if it is not making you money, then it is a waste of time, right? I agree. I'm all about value over viral. I'm all about serving. And I'm also holding the duality that we run businesses. So the content that you're creating should provide some sort of ROI, return on investment for you, your time, your energy. For those of you that are hiring out and have a team that's kind of helping with your social media or a VA that is helping you get this content up, and we're not making any money, we're not closing any clients, there's no new sales calls booked, there's no course that's sold, there's no one in our group coaching program, that is a problem. So I really want you to keep these 4 posts in mind because at the end of the day, no matter how you put this content out, as long as your audience understands the message and you don't overthink that delivery method, whether it be a reel, a live, a carousel, whatever the case is, then it's gonna pop, okay? Know that these 4 pieces of content can take the form of anything across any platform, right? So I'm talking LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, those of you that are using TikTok, those are the big ones. But know that they can take the form of short form content, a carousel, a live, as long as your audience gets the message. So what are these posts? I'm going to break them down one by one and then we'll get into it. But high level, post number 1 is who. Post number 2 is your offer. Post number 3 is expert type of post. And post number 4 is a traffic type of post. So let's break down each one. And I'll give you a content example too, just so that you can visualize. I'm a pretty visual learner. So I think if I break these down by a type of content, that will be helpful for you. But like I said, know that each piece of content that I talk about today can be versatile, can be turned into another piece of content. Meaning if you do a live this month, you can turn it into a carousel the next month, right? You You can also use these in your emails. Oh, I'm giving you a plethora of content. So again, if you're not taking notes with this episode and you are a business owner who wants to create social media content that actually not just adds value to your audience, but leads them to the conversion, this is it. And I've got something special if you want to go a little bit deeper, but we'll talk about that later. So post number 1, your who. This post is a post to clarify my ideal client. I really believe it's important to highlight who they are or even who they're not so that my audience can determine whether my offers are a good fit for them. So what is a who post? How do we break this down practically? An example of this could be an IG live or a Facebook live or a LinkedIn live about who I serve and giving an example by speaking about a specific breakthrough this type of client has been through. So right now in my business, the who are heart-centered entrepreneurs, business owners. That is my who. You run a business, particularly online, and your offers include one-to-one coaching, courses, your consulting, service-based businesses are truly my who, right? And so my IG live potentially would be titled Business Owners, that's the who, content strategy or content strategy for business owners. I think that sounds a bit better. So that would be the title of my IG live. Who is your who? Is it busy moms? Is it 9-to-5ers? Is it career-driven women? Is it editors? Is it designers? Who is your who, and how can we create a piece of content to speak to that? Is it a short form content piece that says calling all who? Calling all graphic designers, calling all busy moms, calling all CFOs, calling all techies, right? Who is that who? How can we call them out blatantly so that they tap into that post? Calling all startup founders, calling all beauty brand builders. Creating that piece of content will allow those in your audience to know and to solidify that this piece of content that you're putting out is specifically for them. I know you've gotten someone on your sales call or someone who is in your DMs who is totally not the right fit, right? So how can we do that work on the front end in our content to qualify that who? Who are we calling in? Okay. Let's get into post number 2. This is one of my favorite ones. And let me give you a disclaimer. Oftentimes, this type of post gets some crickets, okay? It might be a little crunchy, right? But this is a post that is known to bring in new clients, past clients, people that have been sitting on the fence, people that are unclear about what you do. And that is your offer post, a post that outlines your offer. No fluff, straight facts, meaning we're not putting out a post with all the fluff in the front where 5 ways to do this, to do the, and here's my offer. No, we're doing, this is my offer. This is the transformation you can expect. Who is this offer for? How do you book this offer? How do you get into this offer? How do you buy this offer? It's a very straightforward post that outlines your offer. Okay, so take a second and think about, what am I offering this month? What am I selling this month? Is it your coaching program? Is it your course? Is it a 15-minute strategy session with you? Is it a 1-hour breakthrough call? What are you selling? And how can you visually showcase that to your audience? And so if I was giving you a content example, what I like doing and what I've seen work well is a carousel post breaking down an offer and a clear call to action on the easiest way to purchase that offer. What is the easiest way? What is that call to action that your person can do once they say, oh, swipe through this, this looks good, I'm ready. Don't have them thumbing around in the link in your bio trying to figure out how to take the next step. Make that next step super simple. If it's the link in your bio and they click it, they should be able to go straight to that offer, right? If you're asking them to comment the word, you should be ready and willing to send them a DM to let them know what that next step is. If it's DMing you the word, you should be right there and ready to guide them into that next step. Straight offer, no fluff. It gets a little crunchy, but it's worth it. All right. Think about it. When was the last time you posted about your offer with no fluff, with no padding around it? Yeah, this is my offer and here's some value. And this is my offer and here's a fun picture of me, right? How can we just give an offer with no fluff, straight facts? Okay. I love doing this in live form too. I remembered I did a live pulling back the curtain on CCA, the Courageous Content Academy. That's my group coaching program. I'm not enrolling for it right now, but potentially I'll think about bringing it back next year. That type of live did really, really well. I had people in my DMs and really following that clear call to action. Go ahead and add that post number 2 to your calendar. Post number 3, an expert type of post. So if you can create a post showcasing your expertise, it truly reminds your audience that you are the go-to in this industry for simple yet impactful strategies to lead them through transformation. First of all, get clear, if you're not already, what are you the expert in, right? What are you bringing your clients through due to your expertise? And how can you create a piece of content that showcases that? Think about that. If I were to have you fill in the blank, I am the expert in blank. What is that comes to mind? What's in your bio right now? What are people coming to you for? What is the foundation of your offers? And how can we showcase that through a piece of content? So to give you a visual of this, something that I see does well and that my clients have used as well is creating a carousel with social proof of your client wins or your receipts, whether they be screenshots or maybe it's a testimonial video or whether someone sent you an email talking about how what you taught them brought them through transformation and allowing your clients to speak for your expertise. I love doing this. If you're not saving your client wins, if you're not providing a space for your client to share wins or your clients to share wins, really think about that. How can you create that safe space and that culture of winning and celebrating their wins so that you can highlight that to speak to your expertise? What are your receipts? Where are your receipts? How are you gathering your receipts? So that's a great way. I love doing social proof. I haven't done it in a while. I'm definitely going to bring back case studies. We've gotten so many incredible ones from CCA and some of our other courses that we've done. And so my team and I are really combing through those and getting some of that video content chopped up so that I can showcase the work that we've been doing and that the framework that we put out, the blueprint that we've created works. That's a great one. All right. Last but not least, we're going to land this plane. I hope this has been helpful so far for you. The last post is traffic. So we now have 3 posts on our calendar. We're going to add this 4th one. And again, I want these on your calendar month over month over month. Now, your traffic piece of content is a post leading traffic to another channel. If social media, God forbid, but anything is possible, were to go down, right? I don't know if y'all remember, there was a time when Instagram, I think it was during the pandemic, where Instagram went down for a few hours and everyone was stressed. These platforms are borrowed, what's the word I'm looking for? Borrowed capital, borrowed space, right? You don't own Instagram, you don't own LinkedIn, you don't own TikTok. So if any of these things were to go, how would you still be in contact with your audience? That's why I'm a strong advocate for having another place to drive your traffic to, whether that be an email list. I know people that really utilize text message marketing. I think if you have a podcast or a YouTube channel, that's another great place. I mean, Facebook groups are good, but let's say Meta goes down all the way, we still have to have a backup, right? So I'm normally highlighting a digital download that leads to my email list, or now as we're starting to build out the podcast, this will be a place that I drive traffic to as well, so that I have my audience on multiple touch points in the online universe. You really want to be sticky. You really want to be top of mind. You really want to be the first person that they think of when they have that need that needs to be met. Because sometimes your audience isn't quite ready to work with you, but they'll be reading your emails, they'll be digesting your YouTube videos or your podcast or your blog or whatever the case is. Allow them to become sticky in your world. How can you do that? And so to put this visually, I think a great way to do this is to create a reel that maybe gives them tips or hacks or tools, something that's helpful that leads to a quick win with a call to action within the video leading to another channel. So maybe you're teaching them 3 ways to do something, and if they want to go deeper, they should join your email list or they should subscribe to your YouTube channel, whatever that looks like in the source of traffic that you're driving them to. But really get clear on, I want to move my audience somewhere else so that I can have them in multiple places. You want to be top of mind when they're ready for your expertise, because a no can be a not right now. A no can be when the time is right, I know exactly who I'm coming to, and that's you, because they've been immersed in all of your online atmosphere. So really think about, where can I drive traffic to this month? Okay, that's the 4th piece of content. So just to do a recap, and I hope you're feeling good because I just gave you 4 pieces of content to put on your calendar today. All right, today, not tomorrow, today, 4 new pieces of content. The first one was your who. The second one was your offer. The third one was an expert piece of content. And the 4th one was driving traffic somewhere else. Now, speaking of traffic, if you haven't downloaded my free resource, the Profitable Content Roadmap, you are missing out. It is phenomenal. It is a free resource to help you get all of these ideas out of your head onto paper into one place where you could start to map out your content so that you actually shoot it and get it up there. Okay. If you're interested in getting that profitable content roadmap, it's great for business owners who are busy, have a lot on their plate, and really want to create content in an organized way. And again, get all of those ideas out of their head. You can find me on Instagram at Jourdan Guyton. You know, we'll put it in the show notes, and you can DM me the word roadmap, ROADMAP. I should not have to spell it. I'm sure you guys know how to spell roadmap. So find me on Instagram, DM me the word roadmap, and I will send that to you for free right away. Now, I hope this episode was super helpful. I hope it was very tactical. We're going to give you a nice mix of strategies. We're going to give you a nice mix of inspiration, all the things. But again, I really want the content that you're creating to make you money. I want it to be something that generates revenue for you long after you post it, right? So we have to be strategic. We have to be intentional. We have to be consistent at this process. Sooner or later, I'm going to dive into my 3 C's framework. And I think that's going to be really helpful for you as well, so that every single piece of content you put out has intention behind it. Because at the end of the day, there is somebody tied to your message. They're just waiting for you to show up. So I hope that you show up this week. And I hope that this episode encourages you to show up unapologetically. And if you're looking for the perfect resource to plan your content in advance with content ideas, strategy, you need my free resource, the Profitable Content Roadmap. All you have to do is find me on Instagram, and if you're not following me already, it's at JOURDANGUYTON, and DM me the word roadmap, and I will literally send you a message with this free iconic guide. Like, mapping out your content is going to be chef's kiss. Thank you so much for tuning in to Building Unapologetically. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave us a review or rating on Spotify or iTunes. Your feedback means the world to us and helps us reach more listeners who are on their journey to building unapologetically.